Welcome back. OpenAI in talks to line up a $250 billion deal with Nvidia for what could be its largest AI data center yet. Our Kate Rooney has details on that. Morning, Kate.
Hey, Carl, good morning. So, yeah, this is according to a source familiar with those plans. OpenAI is negotiating with Nvidia to guarantee about $250 billion in data center loans from what we're hearing. I am told the deal is specifically for this 10 gigawatt site in Ohio, which would be the largest in the U.S. and the latest in OpenAI's already ambitious AI build-out. No comment from OpenAI or Nvidia on this, and I'm told negotiations are still ongoing. These are sometimes known as credit wrappers. We are seeing more of these in AI lately, so tech companies are using their balance sheets to help the AI labs get more favorable terms on loans. Private companies don't really have the same access to public debt markets. There is also notable government involvement here. I am told by this source the Ohio project is being built on the Department of Energy Land Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has been key on these negotiations. From what I'm hearing, it is a former uranium enrichment site owned by the DOE. Wall Street Journal, first to report this news, also reports that Anthropic and Microsoft have been among those bidding on this Ohio site, and that energy in this is being funded by the U.S. And Japan as part of trade negotiations. It also comes, guys, as Sam Altman is in Washington, D.C. today and this week. I spoke to someone who's been briefed on his plans. The OpenAI CEO, from what I'm hearing, does plan to preview the company's newest family of models. He will talk about all of that with us in a string of meetings with the Trump administration, as well as senators and economists. He does plan to introduce this idea of AI teams to policymakers and underline productivity. Timing is notable on all of this. OpenAI did jump into this open source debate late on Friday and came in and signed that letter last week that we saw supporting open source. It was signed by Nvidia, Microsoft, Meta, and others. Right now, rival Anthropic is the only holdout in that, guys.
Kate, can you flesh out SoftBank's role as a developer on this site?
Yes. So a big backer of OpenAI, and this is, again, according to the Journal reports. We don't have reporting on the SoftBank involvement, but a big backer of this. It's also SB Energy, which is backed by SoftBank. And so speaks to the interest that SoftBank obviously has in OpenAI and the negotiation power, the leverage that SoftBank has when it comes to these data center buildouts. They have a financial stake, according to the Journal, in all of this. And Nvidia, also a big partner and investor in OpenAI. So there is a little bit of, they are incentivized to have OpenAI succeed here, be able to do these build outs, and then therefore spend more on chips. For SoftBank, it also speaks to their investment, wanting OpenAI to succeed. And as part of that, their moat, as the company has argued, has been compute. They need to have enough compute to run these models, to have what they've described as a competitive edge. And it all sort of plays into what OpenAI sees as its advantage at a time when compute is becoming a very scarce resource.
I remember when Masa came to the groundbreaking, it was right after the Japanese prime minister was in town. This was back in March. And I mean, it's a huge deal. He said this is going to be the biggest source of power generation in the world, if not just the U.S. Kate. So clearly, this is their project. I guess the question is, now that the market is not so thrilled that Nvidia has to potentially put up a few $100 billion more, like if that changes any of the plans, because the companies haven't held back from spending, but the market has changed its view on that.
Well, it's interesting. It comes at a time, too, when there's been a lot more skepticism about debt fueling some of the AI data center build-out. I think this is a layer of that, of if these loans are being backed by other tech companies, and this is not the only example. We've seen Google and Anthropic do something similar with these credit wrappers. If it does add to some of the jitters around debt and that sort of financing, that flavor of financing when we talk about this build-out.